Okay, welcome to Rodeo Go. This is going to be a demonstration video on how to set up online entries properly. We're going to be doing a 3-day event or a 2-day event. We're going to have a first go with exhibitions, and then we're going to have a second go, and then we'll have the average. And we're going to show you how to set up the online entries from start. So here's our events. We have them set up. The first thing you want to do is you want to go in and set up your online items. Items are basically what we're going to sell. For example, one thing that we will be selling will be an entry fee. Then we will also be selling exhibitions. And usually when we say if we were going to run exhibitions, in this demonstration we'll run exhibitions from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. So here we would do I'm going to go ahead and finish typing these in real quick. Okay, I've got my exhibition items typed in now. One other thing to think of is if we were going to do an entry fee. Say we had a carryover going on. So we had like a senior and our adult side pot or a youth side pot. We could actually do an item for that. So let's say if we had so now we would have an item that we could attach to our main open and carry over to our senior side pot. Once we have our items created, we're going to save it. Now in this scenario, because we're going to be selling exhibitions, we want to make sure we have our exhibition set up, configured right. So let's create a new one. Let's just call this test. Now we're going to do, on this one we'll do say 30 runs per page, where we can split up our pages any way we want. We have a manual on how to set up the exhibition configurations. But in this one we're doing it from 9 to 11. We're doing it in 30-minute increments, so that's essentially 4 pages. We're going to do it in 30-minute sizes, and the start time we can put any date we want. If I want to stay true to this event, and these are reusable, then I'll just simply put the event date in, and my start time would be, then I'm going to tab off, then I'm going to hit save. Okay, now I'm going to jump back over to the exhibition. So here's my 21st. I'm only going to sell exhibitions on my first race, which would be the 21st. And so I'm going to attach this exhibition config. Now I want to show you this because this is going to be important when you're setting up your online entry details. So here I'm going to actually create my exhibition pages, and so now here I should have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I have my 4 pages. This is important to do beforehand if you're going to sell exhibitions online. Excuse me. The reason is ProLine needs to be able to match each item as they're being sold and know where to put which pages to put those exhibitions sold to. So now I'm going to go back in and I'm going to continue with my online entry. So I have my items. This is going to be pretty simple. So here I'm going to create my profile now. I can call this whatever I want. So if I want to say if my event was on Friday, I could say my Friday online, my Friday open. So I know that this is going to go to my Friday open event. Now one thing to think about, I'm going to close that real quick, is I only have my opens and then I have my average. So in this we were going to demonstrate a senior side pot. So I would come back in here and I could actually create my side pots. And since I'm doing an average on this, I would actually need another series. There's my side pots. So then let's just say I was going to do this right here. Here's a youth. Let's just change these over to go on the so these are going to go on the 20th, and I'm just going to call this my senior. Okay. So now I have my side pots. I have a senior side pot that I want to carry from my open to this senior. Now I could do this in multiple days, but in this demonstration I'm only going to do it on the first day. So I'm going to jump back to my online configurations, my profiles. Now, you're going to want to make sure your PayPal email is set up, your PayPal account is set up. You need to switch it over to a business or an advanced profile. It takes about 10 minutes to do. Make sure you verify your bank account information. You remove all the withdrawal limits, because we don't hang on to it. As soon as it processes, we put it straight into your PayPal account so you can transfer it out and do what you want when you want with it. So I want this to be my Open Friday. So then I know where I need to attach it. I'm just going to make up an email address here. And currency. Now, since we do have Canadian and US producers, we actually can accept it in either currency. In this demonstration, I'm going to put it as USD. Now, if I had some special comments here, like you needed to do an office fee, I'm not going to put an office fee in this. Actually, I probably should. I could actually demonstrate or tell them any kind of special information I need to tell them here. This will display at the top of the page on the online entries on Rodeo Go. Okay, so in this, I want to go ahead and actually jump back over here, because I'm going to say, oh, I just said that I was going to do an office fee. So I'm going to do an office fee here, and I'm going to make it a requirement. Some producers do it, some producers don't. This is kind of up to you. You could also do stalls, shavings, you name it, you can pretty much sell it here. Now I'm going to jump back over to this. Now once I have this ready to go, and I have my PayPal, my notes, I hit the details. This is where you actually set up how it's going to sell and what it's going to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is my entry fee. Okay. So once I do my entry fee here, then I'm going to tell it what type it is. This is an entry fee. I'm not going to worry about the carryover or event flow to the rotations. This is if we're doing like 2 days rodeo into the same thing. These are more for rodeo events, not barrel races. You have your extended carryover. In this scenario, we're not doing extended carryovers. Extended carryovers would be used whenever I was going to say run a first go, second go, and my second go, they were automatically going to be going into the second go where they'd run reverse order, and they had extra side pots carried over, so I could make it extend those carryovers for us, so we wouldn't have to go back and reset the carryovers for those second goes. I can make it required. I can have a sort option. Here I'm not going to worry about my entry fee having a sort option. I am worried about the price. So let's just say I'm doing a $35 entry fee. The max I want to sell for this event is I can actually limit how many entry fees I sold to this event. So if you capped it at a 250 race, it would sell 250. Here I'm going to set it to 999 because I don't care. On this entry fee, I don't have to worry about these. So I'm going to jump down over here, and if you notice, once I hit save, I don't have to do it right now, but when I hit save, it automatically sets if this is a max per entry or a max per contestant, and this is going to be per horse in this entry fee. Okay, so then the next thing I'm going to have is I'm going to have a carryover to my senior side pot. I want to make sure that they can actually buy the carryover. So I'm going to set that item. That's what I created in my items list. Now I'm going to set what is this item. It's an entry fee carryover. Oh, there we go. I'm going to set that. Now I have to tell it what event I want it to carry over from. It's going to carry over from that Friday Open to somewhere. So where I want it to is that senior pot set on that 20th. I want this one to carry, since I'm going from the Friday Open to this side pot on the same day, then I'm going to tell it that's where I want you to carry it. I don't have to worry about extending because this is not an extension of the first go, second go scenario. I don't have to tell the sort, and I can say, okay, I want to charge $25 for that. You can sell the exact same amount. And again, you don't have to fill out those last two fields. It'll automatically set them when I save it. Okay. So now we have some other items we want to sell here. Like the first one, we want to sell an office fee. Okay, this is a non-entry item. Okay. So in that, we're just going to leave it as a non-entry item. We're not carrying this over anywhere. I do want to make it required. I don't want to let them be able to sign up for this event without paying that office fee. And so we'll just say it's a $5 event. You're going to sell $999 as well. Max per contestant is I'm going to set this to 1. That's it. So now I have an office fee set. We also had shavings and we also had stalls. Now I'm going to go, these are all, again, they're non-entry items. I'm going to say, okay, well here, these, let's just say it's $5 a bag. That sounds expensive. And let's say the stalls were $10. I can say how many I want them to be able to sell. Let's say, okay, well I have a total of, I have unlimited shaving, so we can set that. Stalls, let's say I have 300. I only want the shavings. I'm going to leave it unlimited to how many they can buy. Let's just say I can put, each contestant can buy up to 20. They can buy more when they're on site. Stalls, let's say I could actually want to limit them to only 4 per contestant. So when they sign up, they can only buy 4. If you want to raise it, again, you can set it to whatever you want it to. Save it. This is ready to go. Now we have our sort option. Now all these non-entry items are going to be grouped together. So we could actually sort. So you could say, well, here I want to show the office fee first, then I want to show the stalls as second, and then I want to show the shavings as third in that list. And then Rodeo Go, the website, will actually list those in the non-entry items in that order. Something else that we have is we have our exhibitions. Now I want to go ahead and set up our exhibition pages. This is a little more to this one. Looks like I'm missing one. See, 9:30, 9 to 9:30, 9:30 to 10. I'm missing my 10 to 10:30. So what I'll do is I'll simply save. Jump back over here to my configuration, or to my items. And this happens quite a bit. Uh, 10 to 10:30. Okay. Save, and then I'll jump back over to this profile, jump back into the details, and then I can finish setting up my exhibition pages. So here I'm going to do my 9 to 9:30, my 9:30 to 10, then I'm going to do my 10 to 10:30, and I'm going to set up my 10:30 to 11. Now, each one of these is an actual exhibition, so they need to be set to exhibitions. That way the system knows what you're selling, what type it is, and how it wants to handle it. Okay, so here's my first page up here. And I do believe oh, no, can't move it. So the first thing I want to do is on this page, let me just get rid of this one. Be easier to. Okay, so I'm going to reset these to 9 to 9:30, 9:30 to 10, 10 to 10:30, and I'm doing this so you guys can see it a little cleaner. And 10:30 to 11. Now all these are going to be set to exhibitions. Now one thing I am going to do is set the order. I want these to display in the order that they're going to run. So I will set the order so then the website will know. Now I also need to set the exhibition pages. Usually these, if you're setting the order in 1, 2, 3, 4, the pages will be 1, 2, 3, 4. That way this is setting, it knows what exhibition page to put it on. We're just going to say they're $4 exhibitions. And I'm going to say, okay, for max events, say I've got 30 on a page. The smart thing to do is to sell about 20, 22 on them. The reason is sometimes they'll start buying them real quick. The website can't keep up with the speed, and sometimes it can oversell by 1 or 2 or 4, depending on how many in that group you're selling. The other thing is even if you don't sell them all online, this will leave some open. So then when you have people that walk up, they can actually fill them out, or they can sign up for some when they get there. From experience, it's good to leave some open. Allow some for your manual entry people that come up to your window to be able to purchase some if there are still some available. Again, that's up to you. Max for the event. So here I'm just going to tell it, okay, I only want you to sell 20 in each. And then you could also leave some of the pages off as well. Max per contestant, I only want them to buy 4 on each page. And then I'm going to save it. So that right there would actually be our event. That's everything that we're going to sell. Let's see, make sure I've got everything. Yep, I'm selling everything. So this is everything I'm going to sell on my Friday event. Now again, if I had my second go, I would also on my second go I'd create another profile. And let's just say this would be my Saturday open. I would put my PayPal email in there again, set this. If I had any special notes to put on that Sunday open, or yeah, on my Saturday open, I would hit the details, and again for the Sunday or Saturday open, I'm only really going to sell an entry fee on this day. If I had a buy-in average, I can sell on the first day that they could buy in on the average, or this day they could buy in on the average. But on this day, I'm actually going to keep it simple that they're only going to sign up on that second day. If they want to buy in the average, technically you would want them to buy in on day one, because they're going to have to run both days to be in the average anyways. I'm not selling, I could sell more exhibitions on day two if I wanted, and I could set all that up. I wouldn't want to really do my office fee. I mean, if you want to do each day an office fee, you could set that up so it would sell on the second day. It's kind of really up to your imagination what you want to sell and do. Okay, so now I have two. So now I'm going to go back to this first one. I'm going to kind of go over some of the other event types that were other things that we have in the types. So we have our buy-in average type. So if the item was a buy-in average, we'd have that. If we want to do an entry plus for a combination draw, we can handle that. So then things would go into one location. We'd have one solid draw, and then they all flow out to the other events. We have some producers that run it that way. Event flow, that one's kind of, say you have this monster 4-day event and you're signing up on day one, and then they can sign up on day two, and they can sign up on day three. Well, once you have your profile set to 1, as soon as they're done, it can make them flow over to number 2 automatically, and then 2 on to 3 if you want it to. Sometimes you need to do that, most of the time you don't, but it is an available option. If it's a nomination fee, say they're doing horse nominations, that's how you're doing your points, you can sell a nomination fee right there. And then of course you got your non-entry item that can be right there. Now when you do your event flow, if you notice, this is carryover 2 or event flow 2. So if this was actually going to be an event flow item, this right here is where you set what event you want it to flow to next. Alright, so once my profiles are done, it's pretty simple. All I need to do is come up over here and I say, okay, now this event, let's go to my Saturday. Okay, so here's my Friday event, and I don't know if that date's right for if it's truly a Friday, but we're going to treat it that that's my Friday event. Allow online entry, so I can open them anytime that I wanted. I could open these a month ahead of time of the race, and I could say exactly what time I want it to. And you can cheat here. You can actually do that and hit tab and it'll go. And then say I want to close it a couple of days before the race. So I would set it, so say like the 18th, day before the race starts. And I could say I can close these at 11 p.m. Then this is just my Friday. I want to set it to my open Friday. So once I do that, I'm simply save it. And then it's ready to go. And then again, here was my Sunday. This is my average race. I'm going to jump over to my single race. And I could do the exact same thing. I could open these, same time frame, and close them on the 18th as well. And then I'm going to set the other profile, the Saturday open profile, to it. And then of course I'm going to do a web sync, and then that's going to sync them up. Okay, so that right there completes phase 1 on how you're going to set up your online entry profiles, how you determine what you're going to sell, how you set up the items, get it all kind of set up and configured, and away we go. Now that it's out there, there's going to be a second piece of this video. It's going to how to download your online entries and process them, and get them into the signups and get their draws out. Thank you. If you have any questions, let us know. Fill out a support ticket with your details, information on your questions, and we will answer them as soon as possible. Thank you.